Howdy, everybody. It's Video Rod episode 64. Yeah. So 64, welcome. This is our weekly stream. We do it every Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central Time. If you can't make it, it'll go up the following week as the new Video Rod. But thank you guys that do make it. You guys, if you do like it and you're showing up every week and you haven't liked the channel yet, please do. Also help us out with interaction, like the video, comment, all that stuff when you see them go up. That's going to help us out a ton. When you see that we're live streaming, if you dig it, feel free to share it or like the stream. It's all, this is kicking a dead horse, but I'm pretty sure we've been shadow banned a long time ago. But the Corey Feldman video proved that we could crack it a little bit when we have a certain topic, but also we had a lot of interaction. And the more we kept interacting and the more we kept having comments, it kept pushing the video out there for a little bit, which is good. So I would like to keep doing that. If you guys like what we do, you can also support us on Patreon, get early access. There's a whole bunch of Patreon exclusive podcasts and episode and commentaries that are up as well. If you guys are watching us on Twitch, feel free to sub us there. I know when you have Amazon Prime, they gift you a free sub, free money to give to a streamer that you like. So that's always an easy way to do it if you have Prime. But other than that, we're on Rumble too, by the way. I always forget about Rumble. But if you guys are watching us on Rumble, thank you very much. But yeah, so last week we did our ode to Charles Bronson. We kind of got into a discussion on him, and we kind of ranked our Death Wish movies and how we favored those. After the fact, Riverman was like, "Oh, we forgot the remake." I think that belongs on our Eli Roth discussion more than a Bronson discussion. And then prior to that, we had the Feldman video. So yeah, we're cruising along. It's the holidays. I feel good. I want to say thank you to people in the chat. We got Blaine, we got Silhouetted Animator. Thank you guys. I know you guys in particular are waiting around for a bit. And we have other people that are just choosing to remain silent. Feel free. We don't bite. Join in on the conversation. I think we're going to kind of do it. I like what we've been doing the last couple of weeks, where I just kind of have a couple of topics that I want to come to the table, like talking points. Hopefully River does too. And then we just kind of see what tangent it leans into. That kind of turns into the Bronson thing, that can turn into the Feldman thing. By all means, if Riverman has anything in particular he wants us to watch and quote unquote react to, cringe, I hate saying that, I don't mind incorporating that in these shows and these streams on the regular if there's something to do. Like, I'm not just gonna go after fucking the flavor of the week just to do it. But yeah, but before we do that, let's just kind of talk shop. Let's see what's new. If Todd has anything that he's acquired film wise, whatever, we can kind of chat about it. Stuff he's been watching. I don't know what you've been watching. Oh, hold on, really quick. Silhouette, you're stopping us in our tracks. He had a super chat. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I think you actually did that before we actually officially started, so maybe that threw me off. But yeah, I mean, you're kind of jumping the gun on me. I was going to talk about this, but Silhouette's bringing it up early. Ready for that Corey Feldman Limp Bizkit team up. I saw it before you messaged about it, my friend. I'm all over the shit, and I don't understand it. I think they're just trying to capitalize on the cringe, and because from a marketing perspective, Corey Feldman would have never been opening for fucking Limp Bizkit in 1999 or 2001.
It's genius, if you ask me.
I think they're capitalizing on who they are now, and it's like their last album, right? Limp Bizkit sucks, right? They're embracing that they're a fucking cringe meme at this point, and putting Corey Feldman on the bill is just par for the course. And I was telling Todd that Corey Feldman is just delusional, man. He was posting about it. I don't want to shit talk Corey. I'm not trying to. Like, I'm being honest. To be fair and to give fair criticism to it, because I didn't want it to seem like we were just beating up on the guy on that one video. I was just calling it like I see it, man. He's got stuff out there. He's an entertainer. I'm going to have opinions. Everybody's going to have an opinion. You're putting yourself out there in the public eye. And to be fair, he had a recent concert that I watched some of where he didn't have any fucking issues. I mean, he still sucks. Like, his music's not good, but like, he had no scafus. He had the light show going. He was an indoor venue. They weren't like, there was no fucking Spinal Tap moment. So it shows that he can do it.
He's learning on the job, man. He's learning as he goes. He's getting
He's been
better.
learning on the job for 30 fucking years. I think he's just he needs to learn to be consistent. You know what I mean? But regardless, I didn't want it to seem like we're just beating up on the guy. I'll give credit where it's due. But anyway, yeah, him opening for Limp Bizkit, it just seems like an opportunity. And he was posting on his Instagram, and if you guys ever follow him on Instagram, and it really annoys me because he posts all caps, and then he like abbreviates every word, so it's like his own fucking hieroglyphics, Corey Feldman language you have to sort of decipher. You're like fucking Nick Cage and National Treasure trying to fucking read his stuff. But anyway, he's like, "Oh, the cat's out, the secret's out," and multiple times in this post, he was talking about we're going out on our very first stadium tour. First of all, he's like low man on the totem pole. There's like 5 people on this bill, and like Corey Feldman's like little print at the very bottom. Second of all, it's not a stadium. He says it twice.
This arena shows?
No, they're fucking sheds, which is good.
Oh.
I'm not knocking it. Like amphitheaters are great. Amphitheaters are anywhere from 15,000 to even 20,000. That's pretty big. But like a stadium is 60, 70,000. Like Corey's like our very first stadium tour. Like we're playing stadiums. He says it multiple times. And I see people.
The guy can dream, man. The guy can dream.
I see people. Yeah, he's manifesting. Like it's his whole career. But I see people interchange arenas for stadiums. Like sometimes you'll hear a guy call a basketball arena a stadium, which is it's not a stadium, but whatever. That's a little bit more understanding because at least it's an indoor venue like a stadium. It's just a smaller version. Dude, there's nothing stadium about a fucking amphitheater, a yard, a lawn, and a fucking stage and whatever. I'm not poo-pooing it. It's great. Yeah, exactly, gamer guy. What's up? We're playing stadiums, amphitheaters. It's just not the same. And the thing about the good thing about an amphitheater though is you can really pack them out. But if you don't sell a shit ton of tickets, it's not going to look like an empty house, right? Because the nature of how they are, it's like you have the stage here, and then you have some seats, and then you have a giant lawn. If you don't fill out that lawn, it's still going to look like a packed house because it's all GA back there. Unlike a stadium where you're going to have like half empty seats and everything else. And so I'm not knocking it. It's great. I'm surprised Limp Bizkit, to be honest with you, is playing the big sheds because the last time Limp Bizkit played the Phoenix area, they were playing the Mesa Amphitheater, which by the way, yeah, amphitheaters are all sorts of sizes. The Mesa Amphitheater is like 3,000. It's like a 3,000 field, which is a great size show. I think that would be great. Here they're doing the Talking Stick, which is, I think if you really pack it out, it can hold up to 20,000.
Hey, pull up that. It shows the tour dates so we can actually.
Yeah. Great. I mean, it's tiny, but that's all right. I'll pull out my magnifying glass. They're playing Somerset, Wisconsin, St. Louis, Missouri. They're playing Chicago. It's Tinley Park. Yeah, they're all there. They're playing Phoenix at the end of the tour. Yeah, make it smaller, Todd. That helps. Phoenix. Yeah, I mean they're just playing sheds, dude. You got Limp Bizkit. It's called the Loserville. Yeah, so like they're fully embracing this.
Special
right?
Bones, Riff Raff, hosted by Riff Raff.
Well, so I think they should have went total full circle and really just like top this off by making the MC, the host, Pauly Shore.
Yeah, you know I wish.
I wish
they would have Creed on this too, though, with Scott Stapp. I think that would have been. I mean,
and I gotta say, Silhouette, I don't know why you're saying this supposed to be a dream come true for me when everybody else likes all this shit. I don't. Listen to me. And I think the jokes, I don't know where this Creed renaissance has come from, but it's just Limp Bizkit 2.0. It's where everybody is, it's nothing but Creed memes and goofy memes. It's everybody liking it ironically. And I have to admit, it's probably just going to fuel his fire even more, but it's the joke's old. I actually start boiling on the inside when Todd makes a fucking Creed reference because they fucking suck, dude. They're fucking terrible.
Their songs are earworms, dude. Their songs are earworms. They get stuck in your head.
No. They're not. Like that
yes, they are.
I totally understand nostalgia. Bands that I didn't like growing up that were big when we were younger, like Linkin Park. I was never into Linkin Park. As I've gotten older, now it's like fucking 20 years too late. I'm kind of getting it. Like I get it. There's a respect there. Dude, I look back on Creed and I'm like, this band fucking sucks. They're fucking terrible. I'm not even like trying to ham it up for the
He has a
video. They're
beautiful
bad.
voice. He has
And I
what
fucking
a
hate it.
staff.
I wish people would fucking. You guys are being a bunch of fucking idiots, is what it is. Everybody's like, oh, online, like, oh god, with arms wide open, they're putting these fucking memes, and Todd's like, oh, I love Creed. They're bad, dude. He never liked Creed in high school. He likes Creed now that it's fucking cool to. It was cool to fucking like Creed. Then it was cool to shit on Creed, and now it's cool to like Creed. Does that sound familiar? It sounds like Limp Bizkit. It sounds like everybody like. I don't know.
Hey,
Todd's
it's dad rock, man. Come on, give me
okay.
a
Look,
break.
Creed has the same issues as Limp Bizkit to a degree, where the problem is their front man. Fucking like full stop.
That's why I like him so much. If Scott Stapp wasn't their front man, I wouldn't love Creed.
He's fucking bad. He is terrible, dude. He's not good. His voice is annoying. I don't think he's a great singer.
I like his voice.
I think he's a piece of shit. And I think anybody who listens to his music is a fucking cunt licker.
I'm sure he is a piece of shit, but I enjoy him, man. I find him fascinating, like I do Corey Feldman and I do Fred Durst. They're fascinating individuals.
You can find him fascinating, but you can't tell me it's good. You cannot. You know what? I respect everybody's opinion. I get it. Music is subjective. When it comes to Creed, I have to say no, and except for Creed. Like Creed's fucking bad. If anybody tells me when they're listening to With Arms Wide Open, dude, I heard that because it's like I can't not hear With Arms Wide Open. It's like it's 1999 all over again. Every time I go on Instagram or whatever, there's some fucking story or reel with Arms Wide Open, and like I said, it's this Creed renaissance.
My Own Prison, man, you can headbang to that.
I will say that My Own Prison shit is a little less insufferable than what came after. Dude, I With Arms Wide Open, I want to vomit. I vomit a little bit in the back of my throat when I hear the lyrics. And when you watch that video, like I said, I thought I had left all this back in high school. I thought I had just repressed all these memories. We moved on, but now I'm seeing it every time I open up.
Everything comes back full circle, man.
I'm seeing that fucking With Arms Wide Open video all the time now, and it's so cringe when you look at his fucking punchable face when I just heard doing his fucking biting his lip. The news today, it's just so bad. I'm gonna write a song about my fucking son, and he does like this fucking Michael Jackson thing all the fucking time. I just think he's a fucking cocksucker. I don't know.
It's the same thing that happened maybe a handful of years ago when like NSYNC and boy bands started coming back. Remember for a few years, like they became popular again.
I don't know about NSYNC, but I know like Backstreet Boys had this kind of like revisionist history where like now all these dudes like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna come full circle. So 2 years, and then they'll be out.
It's like all these guys in my class of high school were all in the closet. Oh, I don't like fucking Backstreet Boys. Then like fucking 20 years later, it's not that bad.
I'm not into that stuff, but no.
You and your brother both fucking liked Backstreet Boys. You fucking liar. You both liked Backstreet Boys. You did. You had the CDs. Yes, you both had the CDs. You fucking liar. Don't even.
Did I have them?
Yeah, but at least
I thought at
least Todd is not revising history.
I thought I had Timberlake's album.
Yeah, you did. But no, I remember the Millennium CD, dude. I remember the CD in your basement.
Oh, the Millennium CD. Yeah.
Only the biggest one. Oh yeah, I forgot the biggest one. But I get it though. But anyway, Creed's the same way, where Creed was popular, probably with a lot of fucking women, and then too cool for school dudes were like, "Oh, I don't like that shit." But then, like 20 years later, it's like, "Oh God, I was really secretly sucking dick in the closet because I really like Creed." You know, I don't know, man. I don't get it, and I can't wait for the trend to be over to fucking like it because it's not. Nobody really likes it. What the proof will be in the pudding. We'll see how many people are they going to sell any more tickets on this tour because it. You know, if
I'd go see him.
I know
I'd take my old lady to go see him.
Oh, I know you would. A lot of people are going to take their old ladies to go see Creed. I get it. That's the fucking that's the demo, right?
Hey, Bryan Adams is coming to town. I was thinking about going. I would
rather see Bryan Adams all day long. I love Bryan Adams.
Yeah,
I love Bryan Adams. There's no revisionist history there. I've always loved Bryan Adams. But and I get it. He's for the birds too. But it doesn't matter. I don't know. I just think it's fucking weird. But anyway, I don't know how we got off on this tangent. The temptation's a little real to go see Limp Bizkit, but I won't. I'm not going to spend the money on it. But it just makes me regret not going a few years ago when I could have saw him at a much smaller place. by themselves because I don't need to see Corey Feldman. I don't have to see Bones. I don't know who that is, right? But it would be fun. And if Todd was here and we're like, hey, we'll go see Limp Bizkit, yeah, let's go. I could have fun with that.
I
But
was gonna buy tickets. They were supposed to come around here, but then Fred and all them got COVID, so
yeah, I
they had to
remember
cancel
that.
the show. So
Like
I was,
Spirit Box opening and stuff too. You know, speaking of which, we were talking about speaking of like events. Uh, Todd has been. I almost called you Cod. Todd, Todd, when he's come down here the last couple of years, we've been going to Mad Monster, and they announced. Gosh, what was the con they were bringing here in April?
Day of the Dead, Days of
Day
the
of the
Dead.
Dead. So Day of the Dead now launched a leg out here, and I remember him sending me like the links, like, oh god, and the lineup was attractive. Like, wow, this lineup's fresh. Something about it, and a new con. But then they're starting to come out with the lineup for
Let's
I
pull it
can't.
up. I'll
Yeah, go
pull
ahead
it
and
up.
pull it up. And the big one is it's like the Osbournes, which I think is big because ever since Ozzy has pretty much just been on the bleachers, because of his illness, he's probably not going to tour ever again. And I think it's a way for him to get out and get interaction with fans and stuff. So otherwise, he would never be doing these shitty cons. But they also have a Scream reunion, which is pretty big. Which is funny because a couple years ago they had Nev Campbell, and Nev Campbell's not even at this one. But they got like Matthew Lillard, they got Skeet Ulrich. What's her name? Nipples. What's her fucking name? The Me Too, whatever. But this is Day of the Dead. Okay, so we're gonna look at Day of the Dead.
Where's guess?
Go down. It's usually isn't it on the homepage usually?
This is the homepage. Oh, let me click into it.
No,
Um,
that's booking a hotel.
VIP tickets.
Go. Is that all there is? Events maybe.
Oh, here we go. Home.
Yeah, this is pretty refreshing. So you got Malcolm
Oh,
McDowell.
I didn't know Michael Ironside's going to be there. That's
Yeah,
all.
here's the bear. You got Michael Ironside. Look, you got Denise. What's her face from Pet Cemetery?
Crosby,
Denise
yeah.
Crosby. Go down. Oh, from Pet Cemetery, it's a Pascal. Yes, this one is like a Pet Cemetery reunion. You have Zelda,
Zelda, yeah.
Pascal, guy from Jeepers
Doug
Creepers, Miko
Bradley.
Hughes. Yeah, Doug Bradley. I mean, these guys are con staples, but something about a new con is attractive. Oh, you got Chatter there, dude. Go up.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking cool. All right, from the second
Amy
one.
Steele's going to be there. Heck yeah. Maybe I'll have to come to this.
Oh, what's that? Barbie Wild, Hellbound from Hellbound 2.
Oh,
Amy
they're having a Night of Living Dead reunion. Is this the
Yeah,
right con, dude?
yeah. Go up, go up, go up.
I don't.
Look, you have Andrew Robinson from Hellraiser. Come to Daddy. Go up.
Oh yeah.
So you have a bit of a Hellraiser gathering because you got Doug, you got Pinhead, you got fucking Andrew Robinson, you have a couple of the other Cenobites. That's pretty stacked, and then you got a Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah. I'd love to meet Judith O'Day and Russ Steiner. That's cool.
Yeah, so they're doing. So when we saw this, I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool lineup, and so and plus it was kind of attractive. It's like, oh, the springtime. But yeah, I think Michael Ironside is fucking cool.
Yeah. No, I
And it's a
agree.
little recall poster.
I
But
already have
let's
my one sheet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and pull up. Yeah, but yeah, look at this. They got Pet Cemetery and they got Miko Hughes, right? Pet Cemetery.
Back again.
You got but still, it's like you got a big group of Pet Cemetery, you got a big group of Nightbreed and Hellraiser, and you got a Night of the Living Dead. This is pretty cool. Go ahead and pull up the Mad Monster. All this stuff will probably add more. Mad Monster especially is pretty early and it'll add more and more, but and as we know, they'll always cancel too. Don't get too excited when you see these lineups early. Yeah, go ahead and pull up Mad Monster and we'll compare it. But I was super stoked when I saw Ozzy. I'm like, holy shit. But dude, as expected, it's a fucking mortgage payment. It's just, I want to go over the prices, dude. And it sucks because it's so exciting, but like the average fan really can't afford to fucking go see him, which kind of sucks. It's like the same boomers that are paying all this money to go see Power Trip that are like rich and loaded. Yeah, go down though. So look, we got a Scream reunion here. You got Jamie Kennedy, Matthew Lillard, Rose McGowan, Skeet Ulrich. That's pretty cool. They'll pull big numbers. And Matthew Lillard is having a bit of a moment right now because he's in that shitty Five Nights at Freddy movie, which is a hit, and he's got a new franchise under his belt.
I can care less about any of these people except Ozzy.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that's going to be big business. But you don't, if you don't think Scream is not going to be big business, it will. But anyway, Bill Moseley, of course, he's a cockroach. Osborne, is that how who? Oh, and they got the Scream voice actor guy, the phone guy, whatever his name
Yeah.
is. Anyway, so that's cool for Scream people. That's really neat. But the Osbournes is the big one, and go ahead and click on the tickets, and then you'll look at the prices. Buy tickets, and there's the most caveats to Ozzy Osbourne, right? Look, click Ozzy Osbourne Ultimate Sim Package, right? Look what it says.
Oh,
Look at this. In order to meet Ozzy, you must purchase the Sin package.
hell no.
So you have to pay $666. Clever, right? To even get in the door because they're they're going to be in their own room, kind of like Robert England. You'll never get a glimpse of them. They'll be secluded in their own room. So now with this, the Ultimate Sim package includes a photo op, but you have to get it with all the Osbournes, which
Ugh.
it's you have to get it with all the Osbournes. And it comes with 8x10s, great. But if you want anything additional, then it's a la carte. So if you go down a little bit more, after you've paid for the Ultimate Sin package, the 666 get in the door, if you want an additional standard, if you want to get, look at that, standard package or books, $200. If you want to get an autograph from Ozzy Osbourne after that, $200 for an autograph.
It doesn't
I
come with one?
I don't know. It comes with the Ultimate Sim package. I'm telling you, it comes with a photo per person with all of the Osbournes. Just you have to get a shut up, and you get 8x10 with all the Osbournes. If you want, which most people are gonna want stuff with just Ozzy, because most people don't want fucking Sharon and all these people. Anyway, after you've paid the price of admission for $666 to get in their private room, if you want an autograph, $200. If you want premium items signed, like albums, toys, or large posters, $240. If you want a microphone signed, $500. If you want a guitar signed, Ozzy Osbourne never played guitar in his life, $700. This is on top of the 666 bucks.
Highway robbery there, man.
On top of the 666 bucks. Look, and then if you want an additional pro photo op with Ozzy after you've paid the 666 sin package, you're gonna have to pay an additional $330 to get a picture with just Ozzy for literally telling the rest of the family to fuck off. It's really fucking weird. And then of course Sharon, if you want to get individuals like Sharon and not Jack, it's a little cheaper. But this is still in addition to the
This
six.
does not include admission to Mad Monsters.
No, and of course you have to get your Mad Mount. So if you love all the Osbournes, great. Pay $666 and then just get your photo op with all the Osbournes and go home happy, I guess. But for me to be worth it, dude, I would want just Ozzy. I want a picture with Ozzy. Just me and
That's all I
Ozzy.
want.
And I want like a trick or treat poster. I would get like my poster signed, my one sheet that I got off Todd, signed by Ozzy, something. And if I want to do that, which I think is most fans, you're not going to pay any less than $1,000.
That's
Bare,
ridiculous.
bare minimum. Bare minimum. And that's per person. So great. This is just like those boomer fest, like power trip and stuff that happened in Indio, where the people getting all the primo tickets in front are fucking rich middle-aged old dudes that have all this money, and like the real fucking people that travel and can't, dude, they're way in the back in the nosebleeds. And so why would I even bother with this? I don't want to fucking go to. Actually, it would hurt my feelings to go to this con knowing Ozzy was in the building, and it's like Robert England where we can't even see him. We'll never even know he was there.
I didn't know it was this expensive, man. This is ridiculous.
It's not doable. And I was scared. I knew it was going to be like a fucking mortgage payment. I just knew it was going to be insane. To be honest with you, I know it's kind of crazy, but like if you told me it would be $500 and I could get the picture I wanted with Ozzy and I could get something signed from Ozzy, pretty much everything I wanted from Ozzy, $500, dude, these are like Robert England prices. I would kind of almost understand it. Like, yeah, like I, I might save up for. I'd be tempted. That's a
I
lot of
wouldn't
money.
do it. I wouldn't do it.
But I'm saying like that's what I would expect. But this whole fucking $666 just to get in the fucking door for the Ultimate Sin package, then like nickel and dimed after that. Like I said, if you want a picture solo with Ozzy, you're not going to pay any less than fucking $1,000. If you want an autograph just from Ozzy to sign something you have, you're not going to pay any less than like $1,100. If you want a picture and an autograph with Ozzy, you're not paying any less than $1,400, $1,500. It's fucking insane. I get it. Like if I could talk, like they have a podcast, the Osbournes, and I like it. I've been watching it, and it's Ozzy's still fucking hilarious. I You could submit questions and they'll listen to them on the show and answer them, and they have like a website you can go to and you can do your little audio. I would love to ask them. Like I'm not trying to dog them because I get it. They're all coming as like a package deal and they all command prices. They all bring some kind of value, but like I just don't know why it's just all or none bullshit. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. It's like his kids and his wife riding off his coattails more. I don't understand it. Right? It's like, well, if you
Okay, so no pictures, no recordings, no. Okay, so non-refundable tickets. So if he
of
cancels,
course.
if
No,
he
no,
cancels,
no.
he's screwed, right?
Oh no, no, no. If they cancel this, you'll get your money back. There's absolutely no way. It's non-refundable, like in the sense that if you get sick, you're fucked. Good luck flipping those tickets. But no, you'll get your money if they do. And that's the reason why Robert England did all his fucking like VIP shit, right?
Oh, that
Because
was it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he could say fuck off to everybody else, but all these VIP people he was going to honor because, well, he was probably going to be in trouble with the con because all these guys get a guarantee, and you have to with these prices for the Osbournes, their guarantee's huge, right?
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't know what a guarantee is, it's what it sounds like. It's a guarantee. You're guaranteed to leave with this much money. So, for example, um, you know, if Joe Schmo goes to a con, they're going to guarantee you 10 grand just in case you don't sell that much. But like if you sell more 8x10s and merch and shit where you go past 10 grand, great, you're safe. But it just protects you. Like, it'll make it worth their while. There's like no gamble for the artist to come because they're going to have a guarantee. Just like a comedian, when a comedian goes and flies out to play some shitty comedy club, they work out a guarantee. Like, hey, if fucking half the place fills up or nobody comes, I'm not fucking being in the red because I flew out here, and like they get a guarantee. So with the prices that they have, the Osbournes guarantee is massive. And I wonder what happens in the case of the Osbournes when like what if Jack cancels?
Yeah.
What if Kelly can't make it and now it's incomplete? What do they do now? It's like, well, fuck your ultimate sin package I have to buy. Like, let me just fucking buy Ozzy. That's all we want. Because yeah, you have to pay for all of the Osbournes and they get a cut of everybody's there for Ozzy. You know what I mean? It's really weird. Um, I don't know. It is what it is. That was a little heartbreaking, but I kind of fucking expected it. It is what it is. What else did you want to bring up in the I have some other things I'll bring up, but
I
that was
I,
cool.
I kind of wanted to talk about. So the past week, I haven't watched anything. I've been addicted to Resident Evil 4. I
The
picked that up.
remake?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I started. I got to like chapter 3, and in when it first came out in April, and now I'm on chapter 12. I think I picked it back up last week. Man, that game is awesome. I mean, that remake is so good. I would still consider the second one better,
Me too.
just because I was never a fan of the second one until this remake came out. Now I love that second one, but
I
man, the fourth one is really good.
I still think the RE2 remake is the best. And in general I just like RE2 better than 4. I like RE2 better than the OG RE4. I just like Resident Evil like that, the tone that the first couple set opposed to where they went. But no, I played the remake, the 4 remake when it first came out. I didn't finish a second playthrough. But I did play the first one. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was just like 2 in the sense that it did justice the original game and just added on to it and modernized it. And if you like the original game, you're gonna like this one just as much, if not more. That's the way 2 was for me. But I inherently like 2 better, so that's why. Did you play
I
the
am
3 remake?
Yeah, I beat the remake too. I liked it, but it's so short. Like,
It's the same thing. It's just like I like the original 3, but not as much as 2 or 1. So that's kind of how I felt about the remake. It's like I liked it. It was fun. It was more fun to like speed run and you could play it a lot. Like I beat that game. I kind of got addicted to it. I never liked it as much as 2, but you could burn through it so fast. It was fun to just
yeah,
race through that game. And But
One thing I am looking forward to is that I never played Silent Hill 2, so I am looking forward to that coming out.
yeah, well, the people they have remaking it, developing it, don't have the best track record, so that's a little
Oh,
scary.
really?
Yeah, and it's Konami we're talking about. Konami, they were pretty much out of the video game business for quite a few years, and they just got into pachinko machines and shit. They just got into gambling, and that's what they were doing in Japan and building stuff like that. And now all of a sudden, they've dusted off their IPs in the last couple of years. They've been releasing like collections, like the Castlevania collection, milking
Yeah.
it, and they've been like dipping their toes back in the Metal Gear Solid collection, and they're making money doing that. So they're not really like developing any new games, but they've been like putting out their shit again, and they just proven themselves to be kind of lazy. But yeah, I don't know who it is. It Bloober Team? I think that's what did they? I'm gonna look it up, and I don't think they had a really good track record, which is kind of
Mhm.
it doesn't mean the game won't be good, but you know. These really good remakes, they usually have. There's like dedicated teams that just do fucking remakes that are really good at it.
What was your thoughts on the original or the PS2 Resident Evil or Silent Hill 2?
I
Was it
loved
a fun? Was it a good
I lo
game?
oh, Silent Hill 1 and 2 are amazing. I think a lot of people most people would say 2 is the best one.
Okay.
I I have a weird nostalgia with the first one. It's a little more ghetto, I get it, and it's got all that, like, pixelated fog everywhere.
I like the first one a lot.
But
Yeah.
that's just the first one I played, and I think we were at the right age. If you ask, like, Mac and Zach, they love 2, but Mac and Zach are a few years younger, so they were, like, right in the PS2 generation. Let me see, remake, developer. Let me see who it is. Yeah, it's Bloober Team. And let me just make sure I know what Bloober Team put out. Games. Oh yeah, Bloober Team put out that fucking abysmal Blair Witch game.
Oh, I never played that.
Yeah, it was dog shit and nobody liked it and had all kinds of problems. So they're not really proven, which is kind of scary. But it doesn't mean it won't be good. But it just I don't know why because Konami any good studio would fucking give their left nut to remake Metal Gear Solid or Silent Hill. So I don't know why it's just dollars. They're being cheap. They're just like outsourcing it but they could easily put it in trustworthy hands. So I don't really get it. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. But I'll wait for reviews like anything else. I don't get too excited for really any games anymore. I just kind of wait for shit to come out and see how it is. With that said, hopefully, I do have a little Christmas gift. I know Christmas list going from my loved ones here in my house, and I did put the new Mario Wonder game on there because I do want to play Mario Wonder.
I have that.
You have it? You bought
Well,
it?
it's on my kids' Christmas list. Let's say that.
Oh, so it's gonna be your kids. That's great because you get to play it too, right? It's just like that
Mhm.
whole thing. Yeah, and that game looks great, and I'm so excited because everybody says, yeah, it got rid of the one issue that I hated about the new Super Mario Brothers series. I never got into the new Super Mario Brothers games. I just never really did because they were floaty. I hated how like they jumped and it didn't feel like Mario. It didn't feel like the platforming. It was and anyway, Mario
They're
Wonder
still
is
pretty
supposed to
fun.
what Mario Wonder, like even when he runs, it's like there's like inertia you got to build up, and there's like takes him a second to stop. Whereas the new game Wonder, I think, is more they've said more like Mario World, where it's like really responsive, and so I'm looking forward to playing that. And then there's also Spider-Man 2 I put on my list too. So gamer guys asking if either of us have played the new RoboCop. I won't play the new
That's
RoboCop.
yeah.
I can't. I heard if you like the movies, it's great. Like if you're familiar with the franchise, they put a lot of attention to detail on the IP. I think if you don't like RoboCop, I've kind of heard that it's kind of like jank, or it's just like you're probably not gonna love it. But I just won't play it because it's a first person game. I can't do it.
I actually have my wife. Told my wife to get me that for Christmas, so hopefully she's getting that for me because I am excited. It does look pretty sweet. So
Yeah, I can't. There's all these FPS games that come out that I wish I could play and I can't. And I got into because I've been hearing such great things about Alan Wake 2, and I slept on the original Alan Wake because it was an Xbox exclusive. But then they put Alan Wake 1 remastered on PS 5 or whatever last year, I think. And so now it's readily available. So I'm like, okay, well, I want to play too because I hear all this great shit. And then so I started playing Alan Wake 1, and I really like it. It's like it's Twin Peaks. It's like you're playing. It's got chapters. It's just like it's just like a series like Twin Peaks, and it's creepy and it's ethereal, but I have to stop playing it because I'm in the second chapter, and it just makes me fucking nauseous. It's not first person, but it's uh the what is it called? Why can't I spit it out? The
Frame rate,
no, the field, the depth of field, the field of it. Why can't I fucking spit it out?
the
Oh, why can't I fucking
exposure,
no, not exposure. How much you can see, how close the camera is, depth of
yeah,
field, or what's it
depth of
called?
field, yeah.
I don't think that's the term they use in PC. But anyway, most PC games, you can adjust this shit. But for some reason, they don't let you do it on consoles. And so Alan Wake, it's like the over the shoulder, like Resident Evil 4, which is great. Resident Evil 4, I almost wasn't able to play that remake because it's the same shit, but they have a mode where you can zoom it out. And
Hmm.
then it was great. It was perfect because it starts super fucking closed in. Do you adjust that or no?
Yeah, I adjusted it.
Oh God. And so those games like that where you're and when it's over the shoulder like that, it's just like first person to me.
Too close,
It's
yeah.
it's because it's not like a free floating camera. It's still essentially like first person when you're over the shoulder. And so when you're closed in and you can't see anything but your fucking character and like a little bit of shit, it makes me so dizzy. But like they were able to on Resident Evil 4, I think they had like what you couldn't like really customize it, but it was like, hey, you want to zoom out 50%, 100%. They had a couple of options, and that was all I needed. And Alan Wake doesn't let you do it, and I have to stop playing what is a fucking great game. Honestly, it's so much fun because I it just makes me fucking sick. I play it for 15 minutes, and then I just want to vomit all night. So, and I have like people like Mac telling me take fucking medicine. They sell medicine for that. I shouldn't have to take fucking medicine because they don't want to implement an option to adjust the depth of field, and it's probably because of some kind of limitations to the hardware. I don't know, maybe they feel like they have to a company for uh, maybe showing more, like having the option to show more in a depth of field and seeing more what's out there. Maybe that's crippling to them. I don't know because I know like screens are always having to load and shit. It's like when you play the Final Fantasy VII remake, they put in so many fucking annoying areas where you gotta like crawl through little cracks in the walls and you're like slow. And the only reason that's there is so they can load the next area. It's so fucking weird. But
Another one I have on my Christmas list is Sonic Superstars because it's a 2D Sonic scroll game, which I those are the best Sonic
but
games.
that's
So
the but that's isn't that the one that's the is that the one that's got like the collection?
no, this one just came out last month.
What is that one?
Here, I'll show you.
They got one that's like basically a greatest hits. It's like all the games, but you can play all the characters like Amy and all in all the games. I don't know. I wonder if we're thinking about the same thing.
No, oh, this has Amy in it, but this is
Let me see what Sonic Superstars is. Oh, this is actually like a new like 2D 3D
yeah.
game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Sonic anymore. I never really loved Sonic, but I love Sonic 2. Here, I'll show the screen. Um I just don't get the appeal of it. Like it just moves real fast. I get it. It's the antithesis to what Mario was, and they were trying to be an answer to Nintendo with Sonic. Mario was more about exploring. You can really explore the level and take your time and unlock all these hidden exits and stuff like that. You can't do that in Sonic really because you're it's focusing on moving from left to right as fast as you can and beating the stage really quick.
That's
Uh,
why I loved it. I mean, my kids love it too, so they're gonna really dig it. I know that.
it just makes I don't know what it is about my old age. It just makes me sick. Not the 2D games, but like the modern games because I play like stuff like Sonic Generations, this whole 2D style, 2D 3D, and it just something about all the fast motion. I'm one of those people that just gets nauseous with it. But let's see. But yeah, anyway, hopefully I get to I don't have time to play a lot of games, but yeah, I got to play Spider-Man and I want to play Mario and I really wanted to finish Alan Wake, but it really bums me out, man. Like, cause I tried to play Resident Evil 8 and I couldn't because it just fucking made me so fucking sick because it doesn't have those it's just I just it drives me crazy, man. It's like I wish they would cater. It's like they don't give a fuck about like this percentile that gets sick over that shit. It's like just fucking
No,
zoom out. Like what year is this?
it's
It's
probably like
enough.
2% of people, right?
It there's no fucking excuse to not like depth of field, dude. Like to fucking adjust it. You can do it on PC. I bet you if I play Alan Wake on PC, there will be an option to fucking zoom out a little bit. Like
You
that
sure
should
there's
make
no way?
no, there's not. There is
You looked it
not.
up?
It's a whole yeah, dude. No, I didn't fucking look it up, Todd. Oh, I didn't fucking look it up. Yeah, of course I looked it up. How else do I
Mm.
know you can do it in Resident Evil 4? Because I look it up on every fucking game I try and play. Because it's like there's such a fucking barrier of entry for me to play games I want to play. And but that should make anybody sick. Like when you have an over the shoulder character taking up 50 fucking percent of your screen and then it's just shaking around, you don't know what the fuck's coming at you. It's annoying. All it takes
Yeah.
is to zoom out. Because I think it has something to do with the human eye too because we have I don't know what the level is, but there's a certain depth of field range that the human eye has. And ideally, you want to be able to kind of match that. Otherwise, it makes it feel like you're in a box and fucking looking through like a little piece, and it just makes you fucking nauseous. Yeah, silhouette depth of field leads to death of feels for Aaron. Exactly. Uh, anyway, whatever. If anybody has any PC games they want to recommend, I have a new graphics card that my brother got me for Christmas that I got to really try out because I'm not really a big PC guy, but who knows? I might fucking play Alan Wake or something on PC so I can actually fucking get through it now. I just hate that because I'm so invested in the PlayStation ecosystem with like achievements and trophies. I like it. So I really don't want to have to play shit on PC, but I guess it beats not being able to play it at all. Anyway, what else do I have here? I I watched the Young Guns 4K last night.
Hmm.
Enjoyed it immensely. I got that in the mail, which that's a pretty affordable 4K steelbook, and it's got the lenticular.
It's really nice looking. I
It's,
don't have it
it's
yet.
I think it's only like 22, $23. You can get that new. Whereas like I also got the Point Break one. The Point Break one's going for like upper 30s. Like why? But
Mm.
for some reason, the Young Guns is cheap. I don't know why they didn't release Young Guns 2 with it. If they're waiting for a 30th anniversary, that's kind of silly because I think the only people buying Young Guns on 4K physical these days are niche nerds. And those niche nerds would have bought 2 on the same day if they just released them.
Sony owns too.
Oh, is the other one Paramount?
Lionsgate owns the first one, I think.
Hmm. Well, if there's going to be issues there, that sucks because I really want part 2 because I love
Yeah.
part 2. And but yeah, that was really great. It makes me really wish I had a Dolby Vision TV in a player because that's on Dolby, and I just it always makes me wonder. Eli Roth is doing Thanksgiving 2. Thanksgiving 1 was a hit, so he signed on for that.
Do you see that yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm just gonna wait for streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good.
So hopefully that comes soon. Hopefully they're not gonna wait till like next holiday season to put it on streamers. But yeah, I'll watch it. And who knew? I mean, Eli Roth has another franchise on his hands. Good for him. And he's like, I always wanted my own slasher franchise. Well, good for him. Uh, and it's funny because he's just doing what he always does. He's just paying homage to another type of movie. But yeah, he's officially got a slasher franchise. And other news: Ralph Sorella died. From Howard Stern.
R-
Ralph. Ralph is his designer. It's his
I mean,
hairstyle. He's on like every calls into every episode. He shows up on the show for years. He's been
oh,
with
Ralph. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember him. I just looked him up.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died. I think he was 58. He died during a procedure he was having. I guess he had a very curable type of cancer, and they were just doing a procedure, and he died on the operating table.
That's
That I
horrible.
guess I guess he wasn't expecting to die on the operating table because it was that from what I read, it's a very simple procedure and whatever. It just didn't go well for him. So, yeah, R.I.P. to him. And I guess the big news is everybody's losing their stuff over the GTA 6 trailer, which
Yeah.
I mean, it
It
looks
looks pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
And you know what? Those are the type of games I like, dude. I like free roaming cameras. I like being able to fucking zoom out. I don't like over the shoulder bullshit. I love it. That's why I loved Elden Ring so much. Thank God I was able to play a game like Elden Ring and it has like a free range camera. That's what I fucking need, man. I was able to dump 200 hours. That's the greatest game I played in fucking 30 years. I need more games like that. So I've never played a GTA games since the original PlayStation 1. Honestly.
Really?
Nope. Never played 3, never played San Andreas. I meant to play both 4 and 5. And over the years, I acquired both of them at various points because they end up getting marked down so low. I'm like, "Oh, I'll play it," and I never get around to it. But
They're
this
great
one
time wasters. Oh, that's why I
this one
like them.
looks so fun though. I
Mm.
think I'm finally. The thing is, it's like by the time I'm always like, "Oh, I'll get around to it." I'm really behind the ball on it. Like it's, but I kind of want to get in when this one's new. I want to get in on it, and I really want to play it.
The trailer looked funny though. The whole Florida man and all the memes and shit that they were reenacting.
It looks funny, and I think it's really cool going back to San Andreas and the Florida setting. I think it's really neat, and of course, you have all the simps online, like looking how good the graphics are. Like I'm going straight to the strip club, like the women.
Well, those aren't the gameplay graphics, are they?
That's what they said.
Oh, really?
That's what
Wow.
one of the devs said.
Okay, that's even
Yeah,
better.
Todd's excited. He's like, I'm going to the strip club when I get it. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and you know what? It better look decent, like it shows, because they're gonna fucking baby this game for like 15 years.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's eventually gonna fall behind the
yeah.
times. It's gonna get like outpaced and it's become antiquated, stuff like that. So it needs to look as good as it can. GTA 6 gamer guy says looks just like Florida Man Simulator. Yep. Hot coffee mod. We need. Yeah. Blaine, I've been watching a lot of Hal Ashby films lately. Like being there, Shampoo, The Last Detail, worth a look. Yeah, man, I'm looking for lots of stuff to put on my list. I've been in a big movie mood lately, so I'll add Hal Ashby stuff to my. I don't think I've seen any Hal Ashby. Never seen Shampoo, but I tell you what I did watch. This is kind of the main thing I wanted to talk about today. If I have any kind of topic, I don't know. Todd, did you have anything you wanted to say? Did you get anything? Did you did you have a
No,
topic as well that you kind of want to talk about? Because maybe I should do a segment first because we're kind of running long
no.
in the
Let's
tooth.
do let's do a segment. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. It's like an hour and 17. Well, not we haven't been streaming that whole time. So let's do name that Kino real quick, and then I'll talk about what I want to talk about. I don't really know how long it's going to last, but something that was on my mind, and maybe Todd has something to contribute to. Um, all right. My fucking throat hurts. I gotta get a drink of water. Oh, Florida man. Oh, that's right. I restart my PC. That's why I don't have it up anymore. Give me a second here. Mm, I don't know how you're gonna do with these. To be honest with you, I'm trying to fucking be an asshole to you like you are to me with some of these. Like I don't think they're too hard, but let's see. All right, hold on. Oops. All right, Todd. Gonna really turn the screws on you now. Name that Kino. Kidding. That's a joke. Just want to make sure you're paying attention out there.
Don't waste time for one last
Oh, the
kiss.
last curse. Okay, that's not what it is. Okay, so name the Kino. Here's your real first one, Todd. Name that Kino. Oh, turn off comments, Todd.
I have comments off.
Okay, good.
Son-in-law.
Nope, it's a good guess. I could see why you'd say that.
It's not Roadhouse. Urban Cowboy.
Nope, these are all good, good guesses. I would expect you to do. Makes total
Mm,
sense why you would assume. Good guesses, guys, in the chat. Nobody's got it yet.
I Cowboy Way.
No, that's a good one as well. Let me turn off this. I didn't realize I still had this banner on here. You guys see that? It's been on there the whole damn time.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Nope, not Cowboy Way.
Walk Hard.
No, it's not Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. It's not.
Mm. Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You want the next one?
Yeah, give me the next one.
I do believe I have four for each. Same rules apply. If you don't get it by the third one, you lose. But I have four for funsies. All right, name that Kino. Anybody in the chat? This
These
scene
are
is,
hard.
yeah, fucking makes you laugh just looking at this picture. Actually,
I don't even know if I've seen this movie before.
100% you have all these movies you've seen, 1,000%.
Uh,
Nope. Yeah, it looks familiar, guys, but nobody's gotten it just yet.
is it a Pauly Shore movie?
Uh, I'm not giving you any hints yet. Actually, I'm gonna give on this one. I might. You might get to the fourth one on this one because even the third one's kind of hard to be honest with you. It's not really the third one isn't like a give a giveaway. The third one's
Um,
actually not much easier in this one to be honest with you. I'm being frank, but it'll definitely help paint the picture.
let me see. It's not Jury Duty.
Nope. Silhouette coming to America. You see a black guy and it's coming to America. You need to look at that. Look deep inside yourself and ask you why you thought it was coming to America. It's your father talking, isn't it? No, I'm just kidding, but it's not coming to America.
Trading Places.
Nope. You're getting detoured by Eddie Murphy now.
I need another one.
Okay. Todd, name that Kino. Anybody in the
Oh,
chat?
this is The Interview.
No. No. Anybody in the chat recognize this?
It's
Oh,
definitely 90s by that computer.
good call. Good call. Could yeah.
Um, looks like some sort of recruiter or something, or front desk clerk.
Looks like a Phil Collins impersonator.
Uh, this is probably
Silhouette, that's a funny guess. He's like, is it Big Fat Liar that looks like Paul Giamatti? No, it's not. That's a pretty funny tie together though.
not John Malkovich.
Nope.
Uh,
This is all you get before the big reveal. Oh, you know
what?
what? Do I have no? Yeah, this is all you get for the big reveal.
Jingle All the Way.
No,
Why do I think this is an Arnold movie?
he does kind of have like a Total Recall looking futuristic vibe about him, where it's like a shitty like '90s. I don't know, but no, it's not.
I don't
Uh,
know this.
all right,
You got me.
he forfeits. Todd, name that obvious Kino for no points.
Oh God, Cool Running.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Sanka, what you smoking, man? I'm not smoking. I'm breathing. Did I this is when that scene this is John Candy talking to the guy when he gets to Canada
Yep.
when he's trying to
Yep.
register him and he doesn't believe him like Jamaica is the country. And then
I should have got on that one. I
this
should have
is
got
when
on that.
Leon is trying like trying to get money to go to the
Yep.
Olympics and Leon's like doing interviews like trying to get sponsors and everybody's laughing at him. Oh, it's really funny, dude.
I love the analyst guy. Where do these guys come from? Jamaica.
Yeah, yeah. And this one's really hard because this is at the bar scene. This is like when the scene starts,
Yeah.
it's this doopy guy playing the fiddle.
No, that was
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
Okay.
You got me.
Damn right I did. This is the revenge. Okay, so let's do nobody got it. By the way, it would have prevented this end. Yeah, nobody got it. So let's see if we can do another one. Let's see if Todd fares better now with our second one. Okay. There's no troll ones this time. It's just 4 slides. No more Dorian. Okay, let's do present. Oh shoot, sorry. All right, Todd, let's name that Kino.
Oh God, I know this.
Yeah, I know you do. You might. I was thinking maybe this one. I was like on the fence with. Like he might get this right away, or he might struggle just because it's one of those things. Oh, silhouette. YouTube hit your comment. I experienced that the other day too, man. When I was commenting on our own videos, talking to you guys, and I was putting stuff that was kind of like goofy and kind of perverse, but they were getting taken down.
Is this Devil's Rejects?
No. Oh, I guess I could see where you're getting that from. The motel, and there's like that weird the guy from Pee Wee, I think was the guy on TV in Devil's Rejects, I think. The
Uh,
I'll get you for this Pee Wee Herman.
is it? God, I know this.
Well, the good news is if you're this close on the first one, maybe by the second one you'll get it, you know?
It's not Half Baked. No, I want to talk to Samson.
That's a titty.
Uh, God, I'm gonna kick myself. I should know this based off of this screenshot. Give me
Yeah.
another one.
All right. Todd, Redemption, name that Kino. Slide number 2.
This is X.
No,
This is the front of a van.
it's not X. Uh Good guesses, guys, but nope, nobody's gotten it yet. Wow. Oh, Mutineer got it. Mutineer got it. Good,
Bogus
good.
Journey.
No, that's a good guess. Uh,
Airheads.
welcome to the party, Mutineer. No, it's not Airheads. Airheads 4K win though. Dude, I really hurt my throat yelling about Creed. Like when I was losing my shit a little bit. I'm like all
You're trying to
hoarse.
sing like Scott Stapp.
No, it was when I was fucking getting all raging. No, look, Gamer Guy guessed it as well, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mutineer gets the prize though. But Gamer Guy, yep. Silhouette, yep. Everybody got it now. Now that Mutineer set the trend.
God, I'm gonna kick myself.
Yep.
Mm,
And this one, 100%. If you don't get it on this one, you kind of lose glory, but there'll be 4. Maybe like a half point if you get it on the third
this
one.
isn't like a Texas Chainsaw remake, is it?
Nope.
Mm,
we
not
get,
Trick or Treat.
you know, it'd be fun if we could somehow work out a way to give some kind of prizes to people that guess these in the chat. It's kind of like beating. If you beat us and somebody gets it, I wish we should figure out something.
Night of the Demons.
Uh-uh.
All right, I need another one.
All right, Todd, name that Kino. You don't really get full points if you get it on this one, but still, it's not a total gimme. Name that Kino.
Oh,
You still don't have. It's getting closer. It's scratching you even more, right?
how do I not know this? This is so obvious. Oh,
That's right.
Psycho 2.
Nope.
Psycho
Yeah.
1.
Silhouette winner gets Psycho 1.
Not Psycho.
Silhouette winner gets
Psycho
Aaron's
4.
TMNT collection to destroy. Destroy on camera. No.
Psycho 3.
No. Nothing Psycho. Yeah, Gamer Guy says this is destroying you. He can tell. He's seeing you just like fold on live television.
Well, it's obviously at a hotel because there's a front desk clerk.
I mean, that's good. Yeah, you're dissecting, I guess.
Not innkeepers. God, I know that guy too.
I wish I knew that guy, if you know what I mean, right? No, I'm just kidding. Come on. You got it, Todd. Well, I mean, you've lost it anyway, so I guess, but this is just for glory at this point. Because the fourth one's the total giveaway.
Give it to me. I'm already pissed at myself.
Todd, do not name that Kino because I'm going to hand you the Kino.
Oh God. Hotel.
Which, by the way, I don't know if I've ever been on record with saying this, but This movie's not good. I
It's enjoyable enough.
I think it's too. It's a slog, man. It's just too slow. And like honestly, I think I give it a 4 out of 10.
Wow.
It's boring. It's just boring, man. I just like the trailer for this movie and the screenshots make it sound so much cooler than it is. Then you watch it and it's just got horrible pacing issues. But yeah,
It
so let's
does.
kind of
I
go.
can see that.
So obviously this gives it away. This is the horny couple, the kinky
Yeah.
couple that checks in, which that scene's kind of silly and fun when they're like, getting kinky in the bedroom. This is the van, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is just that
That's
evangelist or that
yeah.
fucking guy. All right, cool. So we
That's
got one
really
more,
good. Really good one there. I'm 0 for 2.
and that's the sweetest kind when it's one Todd really should have knew, and he's
Yeah.
like probably kicking himself. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and pull out last one, see if Todd can, you know, as Meatloaf never sang, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's see if he can do it. He might get this one. He might get this one. He might have a bit of a comeback trail ahead of him. All right, Todd. This is your time to shine and redeem yourself. Name the Kino. Mutineer, can you get another one? Let's see if you can get another one.
Uh,
I'd say these slides are appropriately paced. Like I really think each one gets a little easier. This is definitely the hardest one.
it's not Cujo, obviously.
That made me
What?
laugh, Silhouette. He quoted Meatloaf wrong. 1 out of 3 is shit, Beta. Meatloaf. Like, okay.
It's not Lost Boys. That's not Nanook.
Blaine, you almost got it. You just got the title wrong. But I know what you mean. That is the right answer. You just
The Good Son.
it is. There you go. You took your time. The good son. The good son. The good son.
Which reminds me, I have that from Kino. That's coming.
Oh, was
It's
that
on
on the
their
Kino
Kino.
sale?
Yeah, it was $10, so I picked that up.
On Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Is it still?
Mm-hmm. Should be if they're still having their thing.
Oh, does it have a slip?
No, no.
Hey,
I don't think it ever did.
the best quote of the movie is "Don't fuck with me." I love it when he gives you that stare down. Like, damn, Macaulay.
You can just tell it's the movie just by the look of the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it has that
yeah, almost
90s
like
look.
yeah. Would you have gotten it if this was the first one?
No.
I should have made this the first one.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten it if this was the first one?
No.
Damn. So I kind of went out of order.
No,
I say,
I would have got if this was the first one, I would have probably guessed it from this one.
yeah, that's the gimme. But this one
So
was
the lady should have been the first one, yeah.
okay. Okay. Well, still 1 out of 3. I consider that a victory on my end. No, the only thing I wanted to talk about before, because we're kind of running long, I'll bring this up and then I'll go into my choose your destiny. But I have been going through a Romero kick, going back and watching, filling in those gaps, rewatching, and I haven't gotten to Martin yet, but I want to rewatch these movies to like see if I like them more than I liked them back in the day. I only watched Martin once, so I want to watch it. Movies like Monkey Shines that I never liked. I still don't like Monkey Shines. Oh, by the way, Zach and I did a commentary, BTM commentary last night. The first one in a while, by the way. Sorry about that for Home Alone 4. So that was being requested, so we did it, and we were like, "Where do we know the fucking dad?" Because he's playing bootleg Peter McAllister, and
Mm.
we're like, "That's the fucker that broke a monkey's neck with his mouth in Monkey
Mm.
Shines. That's the main guy." So anyway, that being said, I didn't go through such a deep dive yesterday. I watched Day of the Dead again. I mean, I've seen that one a handful of times, but I watched it with Joe Bob because I haven't seen it on his last drive-in. And I'm like, you know what? Because I always thought like Day of the Dead was just a fart in the wind compared to Dawn and even day, even night. And but I'm like, hey, if I watch with Joe Bob, maybe I'll like appreciate more things about it because it'll break up the pace a little bit. And it's always fun to have Joe Bob check in and give you factoids. Maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more. And I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, I still don't really like this movie. I
Really?
just, I've seen it probably at least 5 times in my whole life, and I'm like, but a lot of time has passed, and I watched it again, and I'm like, no, it's the same problems. I feel like it's way too talky, and
I think the dialogue's hilarious, man.
the acting is good. Like the actors are surprisingly good. It's just, yeah, if it wasn't for the last 25 minutes, which is obviously awesome, it would be a 5 out of 10 for me. I just can't pretend and lie and be a poser. I'm like, but that last 25 minutes, it ups it to a 6 out of 10, which is good territory. But it's just like, dude, I heard some people talking about like being kind to it. Like Joe Bob was calling it the last 30 minutes. I'm like, that you're being kind. Like literally, it's like the last 25 minutes, and you get like an hour and 15 minutes of just sort of really not good pacing. I mean, there's a couple of moments in there. Like the best scene in the movie, arguably, is the one particular scene with Dr. Frankenstein and Bub and the bullets. That and the gun and the salute. All that stuff is great. That whole scene, because Bub is the best actor in the whole damn movie. I mean,
He's really good. Yeah.
he's really good. And so it's just a pacing issue. And I don't like the way it looks. I think it's so drab and bleak. It's coming off of Dawn of the Dead, which I love how 70s and vibrant it is. I love like the fucking blood orange colored blood, like the orange wacky. I like the blue zombies even. I like the 70s aesthetic. I like it. And then you get this really like drab military compound that's just kind of boring. A lot of browns, a lot of it looks like I'm watching an episode of the A Team or something. It just doesn't it's not attractive, from just a design.
Best looking zombies on screen, I think ever.
It's got great looking zombies, and obviously it's fucking Savini's masterpiece. Like that's what I'm saying. The last 25 minutes are fucking awesome. I just wish, I don't know, it was paced a little better. There's just too much fucking boring shit going on in that first hour 15 for me. I mean, I like the characters. There's stuff there. It's just pacing. That's
I just love the fact that the characters are going insane, and I just find it fucking hysterical. The dialogue and everything. It's so over the top dialogue.
Yeah, and I like Frankenstein, and he's all fucking kooky. I like Bub. I don't
Rhodes, I mean,
I don't not
military guy.
like yeah, all the characters are good. It's not them. It's just it's just pacing. I don't know what it is, but it's just I don't know. I just wish the last 25 minutes there was a little bit more of that and a little bit less. It's just pacing. Like I feel like a re-edit would help my opinion of it. Like literally, if you gave it to me, like okay, and you let me hack stuff out of it and trade, I would probably have a field day with it. But there's almost a great movie there for me. But like I said, the last 25 minutes, it bumps it to a 6 out of 10 because it's that good. It just makes you wish you had more of it. It's just like I waited too long to get to this. I feel like what might have even helped it was, I mean, I get it. Like that's what makes the movie interesting too, where it's like you don't really have any of that up until the end because of the nature of what they're doing and the base. I don't know, but I just a little bit more of that maybe at the beginning or something. I don't know. I don't know.
It's
Joke
just
on
you.
joke on. I don't think it's just me. You can't tell me there's not people that don't quite get Day of the Dead or don't quite put it up to the first two. Because Dawn of the Dead is a 10 out of 10. It's just it's magic. It's lightning in a bottle for me.
There's some people that hate Dawn of the Dead.
I
So
was I was talking to Zach about it. He's like, "That's how I feel about Dawn of the Dead. Everything I just said about Day of the Dead, he said that's how he feels about Dawn."
yeah, it's crazy, man. Everybody has their own opinion on each movie.
And he's like, "That's how I feel about Dawn. I think it's slow. I think it's boring. I think it's like whatever." And the fucking kid. He's like, but he thinks Day of the Dead's the best one. And I'm just like, I just can't fathom this. And it's down to personal. I just think the mall is you can't argue that's not a way better setting than the fucking
Oh,
military compound.
absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
just what John Califf racist fuck. What does that mean? Who we calling that? Let me see. Did I miss something in the chat? The Flash movie is awesome. Am I entitled to that opinion, River? I mean, yeah, you're entitled to that opinion,
No.
but I just I just can't personally fathom it. Oh, John said, "Oh shit, wrong chat. My bad." The one that calls me racism. Okay,
Thanks for the apology,
I
John.
appreciate it. We cleared that up. Uh, but no, like just I guess everybody's got their opinion, but for me, it just doesn't. Yeah, no, I agree. Mutineer Day is the natural progression. I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking the story. I'm not knocking. It's just a pacing thing, and like I said, it just can't compare with for me the 1970s mall aesthetic. I love the Goblin score of Dawn of the Dead. I like the characters more in Dawn of the Dead. They're I like the characters in Day of the Dead too, but just Dawn is just firing on all cylinders, and it's exciting. Dawn of the Dead is a feast for the eyes. Like every scene, they're going in this store. You see like the brown derby in the background. There's just so much to pick apart. And the zombies, I know they quote unquote look better in Day of the Dead, but they have so much more character for the most part in
It's
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn is every person's fantasy, being trapped in a mall for or
And
living
but
in a
I'm saying
mall.
like it's just got everything's got more character. And like I said, Day of the Dead, it's not a feast for the eyes because you're in this bland compound. Everything kind of looks like the same, and I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from. But like I said, the last 25 minutes is you can't fuck with it. It's so good. I maybe most people think that the squeeze, that first hour and 15 minute squeeze, is worth the juice at the end. I don't think it quite is. I think if it was just a little shorter, maybe a 45-minute squeeze might have been worth that a half hour, but not like an hour and 15 for 25 minutes. That's just me. But
I
you
don't
know,
think it's a perfect 10 out of 10 by any means, but I think it's a 9 out of 10. Day is the first one I ever saw of the Romero trilogy, and I still
Mutineer.
love John for
I
this.
have a question, Mutineer. Mutineer saying he said day is the natural progression. I agree, and he says, well, at least it's not Land of the Dead. Do you think Land of the Dead, movie aside, do you think Land of the Dead, story wise, is kind of like the natural progression from Day?
I don't know. I can't get past Land. I think Land of the Dead shit.
My whole thing on Land of the Dead, I've always it's unfinished. It's
Yeah.
it's unfinished. It's literally it needed the part two that was supposed to come. Like to me, it just feels like half a movie. Like them going to Canada, it doesn't really have an ending for
You
me.
talk about a bleak movie. That's pretty bleak.
I
I
kind of
didn't like any of the characters.
no, I don't like the characters so much, but I think it's prettier than Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead's like it's just an ugly bleak movie. It does it's not pretty. It feast for the I don't know, but I just think it cuts off when they go to Canada. They're heading north at the end. That literally feels like the middle of a movie, like they're doing some Twilight fucking part one and two shit, and we just never got the second one. You don't even think. Do you think even like Dennis Hopper is sort of just like kind of on autopilot, or do you like him in that?
It's kind of an odd role.
Is
I
it
love that. I think Dennis Hopper is probably the best part in it,
is it a
but
distraction that you have somewhat name actors in it like Dennis Hopper and John Leguizamo?
it's definitely different. I mean, I thought John Leguizamo was awful in it.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Hopper is there for comedic effect, but overall, the movie, I couldn't get into it. I tried to rewatch it 2 years ago, and it was the same. It was like a 5 out of 10. Like it was.
Yeah, I would say the same. I would say it's like middle of the road, kind of how I feel about Day of the Dead. I don't think anything in Land of the Dead is as good as that last 25 minutes as Day of the Dead. There's nothing in it because like I'm telling you, the last 25 minutes, I'm not beating it up, is top tier, and there's nothing in Land that comes close to that. But if I have to be fair to Land of the Dead, everybody put your torches down. I think it's paced better. It is paced a little better. It's just half a fucking movie. So I just have a problem with that first hour of Day of the Dead. That's it. That's you know. There's good stuff in there though. Land of the Dead feels
Well,
like a
that's
Romero movie.
just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, Land of the Dead feels less like a Romero movie and more like a big budget Walking Dead episode, which is funny though because it predated Walking Dead,
Yep,
and it had Greg Nicotero right doing the. It really is proto Walking Dead,
yep.
and at the time, I mean, I don't. At the time, and still, the zombies look fucking good in Land of the Dead. I don't see why you could, except for the fucking head flip CGI
CGI.
zombie. That
That's
that one scene where it's like, why did that even pass? Like, was Romero not even in the editing room? Because if that's really what they were able to do, I would have been like, let's just get rid of it.
yeah. I
But
don't know what he's smoking for that.
that aside, though, they look good. I mean, like they only got better. I don't think they look bad at all. But I mean, Big Daddy looks like shit. I don't like.
Big Daddy's terrible.
He looks weird, but all the supporting zombies look fantastic. But yeah, it's so funny, when you because I watched that movie, and I think I didn't watch Land of the Dead the entire time that I watched The Walking Dead, and so after going a handful of years making it through 5 seasons of The Walking Dead, then going back and watching Land of the Dead, it's really like holy shit, this is literally looks like Land of the Dead, looks like Walking Dead. Um, which Walking Dead doesn't look bad or anything, and it's fine. It's just the Greg Nicotero thing. But anyway, you didn't realize that when you were seeing Land of the Dead in the theaters. But I have no problem with the way it looks. It's just a little too pretty. It's a little too sheen. You know what I mean? It kind of looks
Yeah.
weird. And just you have like that guy Simon, whatever his name is, the lead
Simon Baker.
Simon Baker. He's just too pretty. He looks
He's
like too much.
yeah.
He's too much of a he was a TV actor. He just looks too much like a soap opera guy.
The casting is way off in that movie.
Yeah, and Asia Argento. Is her name Asia?
Yeah.
Is that how you say her name?
Asia or Asia.
I think her name's Asia. She's terrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I don't like the cast at all. In that regard. I mean, I could tolerate John Leguizamo. I don't really have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with fucking Dennis Hopper, but for the most part, you couldn't relate to these characters. You know.
No, they had no
So
backstory. They had nothing of interest.
so anyway, that's that. So let me go ahead and end the show with our choose your destiny. Hopefully this one's a nice topper for Todd. It's funny because some things he was talking about earlier kind of hinted at my choose your destiny. So let's see what we got here, and then we will wrap things up.
I agree with Mutineer's comment right there.
What was his comment?
Land is Romero's ignoring logic and leaning way too much into social commentary. I agree 100% about that.
Yeah.
He just needed to give it up by that point. It's like just make a good fucking movie.
I mean, he kind of gave that up with fucking Diary of the Dead, did he not? Or was the social commentary like reality TV at the time? Like I don't know what this.
I
Because
don't know. It was cool.
you can't say it was social media because we didn't have social media and smartphones when Diary of the Dead came out. I think if Diary of the Dead, if we did, then he would have had them on cell phones, right, and live streaming it.
I think he did have them on cell phones.
Diary of the Dead's a little too old. There was no smartphones, Diary, because he had a camcorder, right? It was like a
Oh
camcorder.
yeah, okay.
But I'm saying if like he made Diary of the Dead today, he totally would have had it like live streamed. Like we're doing
Yeah.
the whole movie as seen through like Instagram live, and it would have been cringe. And it's a little too on the nose, right?
Mm.
That's kind of maybe where he was getting at. I mean, you could argue that Dawn of the Dead, the consumerism, is kind of on the nose, but maybe it wasn't
Well,
so on the nose in the 70s.
and you can get away with it in the 70s and 80s, I think, but by the time you hit the 90s, it's like there's only so much you can do. I mean, I don't know.
The single grade. I mean, okay. I know I'm gonna get to it in a second, but I know everybody's gonna say like, oh, like Tom Savini, they're probably gonna point to like the best kill is in Day of the Dead somewhere. Maybe like Doctor Tongue or whatever. The Tongue guy is fucking great. Maybe like ripping the guts, choke on them. All that stuff looks fantastic. But I still think the greatest on-screen zombie kill of all time is the Puerto Rican apartment complex and the guy getting his face, the balloon bursting at the beginning of the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
And the fucking just like the condom full of like hot dogs and ketchup and mustard. Dude, I fucking love that. It's so shocking. The edit is so quick and fucking precise. It like knocks you on the back of your feet. It's everything I want. I don't necessarily need realism.
No.
I don't. I love the hokey cartoonishness of like even like zombie getting his fucking head chopped off with the fucking propeller. It's so obvious he's wearing like this giant prosthetic flat top. I don't care. It's so fucking cool.
I mean, it just starts out with a bang. That lady getting bit by her zombie husband or whatever, and
Yeah.
eating the chunks of flesh. Like the first time I saw him, like, holy shit, this is crazy.
And especially when you consider the last thing people saw was Night of the Living Dead. The jump from night to dawn, holy shit.
Yeah.
I think the jump from night to dawn is way bigger than dawn to day. And
Yeah.
it just would have what it would have been like to be a fly on the wall. Would it be cool to like be Sam Beckett and go back in time and be able to go to like a showing of that movie like in
Mhm.
Times Square or something and just seeing the reactions? I've always thought it'd be cool to go back in time and go see like this Psycho,
Mhm.
to go see Psycho with an unassuming audience that doesn't know what they're getting into, and to go see The Exorcist and hear about all the stuff that went, and see like Dawn of the Dead, and just see what the reactions were like back then when everybody wasn't so numb to everything. But anyway, Todd, we're gonna keep it thematic here with Choose Your Destiny. Like I said, you kind of hinted on one of these things earlier, but you have to choose the best Christmas movie that's not called Home Alone. Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Jingle All the Way. I didn't put Home Alone on here because I think that makes it too easy. Because Home Alone's for me, it's like fucking can't top Home Alone. I almost put Home Alone 2 up against these, but even that's not even fair. I love how Howard Langston's eyes look fucking crossed here. What the fuck's going on? Like anyway, go ahead. Look at Sinbad's ready to fuck. Oh, okay. Sinbad was in the middle of blowing Howard, dude, and he's like nutting, and then like there's paparazzi catching him. Oh, and he takes his mouth off. But
I
anyway,
gotta
so
get this recipe from Liz.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
Christmas Vacation or Jingle All the Way, and I want to know why. Or
are we talking about the first time I saw it or
no,
now?
I want you to know what you think is the better movie today, and I want you to pick a definitive better movie. But then, if you want after that, you could sort of like give each one their categories. Well, I think this one excels here. I think this one excels here. But I need a definitive flick. James Long says Die Hard is the best Christmas movie. I'm one of these people that says Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. I don't understand. That's like this whole Creed thing. Creed's good. It's like everybody's saying Die Hard's it's just a meme at this point. But I think it takes more than being set at Christmas time as a backdrop to be a Christmas movie.
Okay,
My
so the better movie I think is Christmas Vacation.
He's having his cake and eat it too. He's got to do this. But
And you want to know why is because I have a lot of history with this movie. This movie had like one of my first girl crushes on there because I saw it when it came out in '90.
who, Mary or
Can't See the Line, Can You, Russ? That
is that is
girl.
that, is that the girl? The
Oh
crush?
God, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was when I was a kid. I was all about, and then where she like takes her, he's looking out the window, the frosted window or whatever, and he sees her at the pool.
What is it doing in our living room, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
I do love Jingle All the Way though. I think it's a fantastic movie. I saw Jingle All the Way in the theater, so I went with my big brothers, big sisters, like a mentor, buddy thing, whatever. He had a. They always give like the kids like the the movie passes or whatever for like the screen early screenings. So I saw it in an early screening with like all like the critics and stuff were there too. But they would dump off the rest of the tickets to Big Brother's kids. So we went and saw that. He didn't like it, but I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. It's so quotable. Christmas Vacation's so overdone now. I'm tired of
That to me, that's what
everything about
hurts
it.
it because
It
it's like Christmas Story. It's
Um,
that's
if
what
if I need to go back and watch one of the movies, I would say Jingle All the Way. I could watch Jingle All the Way every year. I've seen Christmas Vacation so many times where I don't need to see it ever again.
I agree. I would say you can't even argue it. Christmas Vacation is a better movie. I think it represents the holiday. I mean, they both represent the holiday really well. Obviously, one of them is the consumerism side, but still, and obviously, Christmas Vacations like Home for the Holidays, all that good stuff. And I have fond memories of the intro, the weird padded like animated intro.
Yep.
It's just ingrained in my head. But yeah, I think it's a little overplayed. That's exactly what I was thinking too. And I think these days it is easier to watch Jingle All the Way. I Jingle All the Way, they're both so quotable,
Hmm.
but I really think I do quote Jingle All the Way more. If
Yep.
I really have to, And yeah, it's just easier to watch Jingle All the Way. It's easier to turn on. And Jingle All the Way came out when I was like, what were we, fifth grade, sixth grade, fifth grade?
Yeah, something like that.
I just remember when this movie came out in theaters vividly,
Mhm.
and I remember the movie, so I kind of grew up with this movie. And yeah, Christmas Vacation, it was kind of always on because as long as I can remember, right? Because what, late '80s, right? Late
Yeah.
'80s, I don't know what. So yeah, it was kind of always there. So I don't know, but I'm gonna pick Jingle All the Way too. Splitting hairs. I did watch my Christmas Vacation 4K the other day because I wanted to watch the 4K.
Mm.
And but yeah, you're right. I've seen this movie so many damn times. I don't. It's not really a necessity, but I still enjoyed it. Watching it on 4K and stuff. But cool. I think most. I don't know. I don't know where everybody in the chat is standing. Gamer guys, Jingle All the Way is mid, but it's entertaining. Christmas Vacation is so overplayed. I wouldn't be surprised if that's sort of a general consensus. It's kind of shared. It's just overdone. It's like Christmas Story. I mean, Christmas Story is a good movie too. It's a
Yeah,
lot of fun, but it's just like, dude, who has to see that again?
I can't watch it anymore.
That's
Yeah.
the most obviously overplayed one of all time. But they do Christmas Vacation like they do Christmas Story too. There's stations that'll play it 24/7,
Yeah, that's
right?
way too much. Yeah.
Like maybe Chris, is it TNT that would do Christmas Story 24 hours, and then I think it's like TBS that'll do Christmas Vacation like 24 hours. I don't know. It's just it's a lot. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us on episode 64 of Video Rot. Waha! It'll be up next week for everybody that couldn't join us. Please, another reminder, please, when the video comes out, or if you're watching any other videos, please like the videos, engage, like the stream while we're still doing it here for the next 2 seconds. Follow us if you haven't already followed us, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help us out. If you feel so inclined, you can toss us a couple of bucks on Patreon, get some of that exclusive content and early access to everything. Twitch, buy a shirt, Teespring. It's not Teespring anymore. It's called Spring. But look in the stuff down below. It's all there. I'm not gonna shill too much more. But thank you guys. Hopefully you guys have a great week. Bye bye.